Welcome to the channel. Dinny here from Bitcoin With Dinny. We're Ireland's first Bitcoin consulting company. We help people to own more Bitcoin. We've been doing it for 5 years. We help you to understand Bitcoin. We help you to secure your Bitcoin so you can't lose it. We help you to build Bitcoin into traditional pensions. We help to build your own bespoke Bitcoin pension. And we also give you all the education so you can understand how to do all this stuff for yourself. If that sounds good, make sure you hit the like button. So on the channel, the purpose of this channel, it basically gets the word out about what we do and how we do it and why we do it. And sometimes I'll talk about macro events, sometimes I'll talk about Bitcoin specific things, and sometimes I'll talk about my entrepreneurial journey. And sometimes I'll just talk about life experiences. People love when I talk about Bitcoin and the fundamentals, so I'll just start the video with, it's obvious. Bitcoin's going to 13 million a coin, just like Saylor said, and then it'll be 113 million a coin. All right, it's happening. Can we move on? Can we talk about interesting things? I'm kidding. Anyway, I want to tell you a little story because I think some Bitcoiners fall into this trap, and fiat people do the opposite. And life's all about balance. For me, nothing is black, nothing is white, everything is grey. So I'm on my way now to pick up my godson, and I'm going to take him up to the toy shop, and we're going to buy some what I would consider worthless plastic, total waste of money, just absolute junk that's going to be fired in the bin in a month or a year max. But it's going to be the best money I ever spent, and that's the caveat. So because I have always been a real save mentality and live below your means mentality, when I first had nephews and godsons and things like that, because I've no children, but other people to look after and to be thinking about their future, I was always of the mindset, I'm not buying them any worthless plastic. I'm not doing it. What's the point? Feck that. Before I understood Bitcoin, I used to save in gold for them. I used to buy little gold coins for them on significant events, and I was just like, well, I'll give them that when they're 21 and I'm mature enough to manage it, or if I'm not around to give it to them, it'll be there for them. I'm not buying plastic. And then you get a little bit older and you get a little bit wiser and you realize you thought you were wise, but then you get a bit older and you realize, nah, you're failing. And the reason for that is, I remember, so his communion is actually on the Bitcoin Ireland conference. This is how bad a godfather I am. One day of the year that I needed to have free, we managed to book the bloody conference. The conference was being booked 365 days ago before the communion was booked. But anyway, I'm going to miss my godson's communion. Absolute worst godfather ever. But I'm going to bring him up anyway, and we're going to get a few toys. We're going to hang out today. We're going to have a bit of crack, get a bit of food, have a bit of fun. But I remember when I made my communion, and my uncle brought me to buy me some worthless plastic, these little men. And it was funny. It was only about a year ago I seen them in my mum's, and it reminded me of them because my nephew was playing with them. And I remember the joy I got out of getting them, because we never had loads of money to throw around, so we'd never get fancy toys. And this was like something that I'd looked at and wanted and would never have been able to get. And then my uncle went and bought it for me, and it brought me joy. And yes, they're only little plastic figurine things, but I suppose they're still around. My nephew's playing with them now. So, sometimes it's a balance. When people become Bitcoiners and they start becoming Bitcoin maxis and they realize it's all about deferred gratification, and they put all their money into Bitcoin and they give up their present moment to have a better future. Sometimes I think we can stack too many sats. Stay humble, stack sats is the saying, is the expression. Because don't expect to live. Take decades to get to its true potential. Many of us, we don't have decades. We don't know what we have. We might have a day, we might have a day, some people might have a century if we've got some young watchers here. I think medical science is just getting better and better. But we don't know what we have, guys. And that's why it's important. Yes, save. Don't buy junk. Don't be a fiat fool. Don't let the commercialism suck you in and buy shit you don't need. But don't be afraid to spend your money. Don't be afraid to buy material things if it brings meaningful experiences. And a lot of people who are already stacking Bitcoin, like if any of my listeners here are in their 40s and they own anywhere close to 1 Bitcoin, like your retirement is sorted. Your kids are sorted. I do honestly believe that. If you're in your 40s and you've got 2 decades, like I've no intention of giving up work. I love working. I'll build more business in the future and I'll do more things. So I'm going to have an income. And I think some Bitcoiners fall into the trap of thinking they need more Bitcoin than they need, so they don't spend their money on meaningful things and they defer their happiness and they work really hard. And, you know, it is a fine balance. And then on the other side, we have fiat people who use debt to live above their means and they're sacrificing their future terribly. So you got to find a balance. There is no correct answer. I don't know what the correct answer is. You're just trying to find the correct answer for you. Anyway, I'm buzzed. I'm happy. I've also got a sad event today. I've got to bring my father to a wake, to a man. I suppose it's not too sad. Well, it's always sad when someone passes away. But the man had a great life, great family, great kids, great grandkids, and lived to be a good age. You know, was a really valuable member of the community. So that's the way it goes. Easy come, easy go. Here today, gone tomorrow. Don't forget to live for the moment is my message. It's something I've been fortunate enough to spend a lot of time meditating and to really understand the present moment. I don't know how. I remember when I was in my late 20s going to meditation sessions, and I honestly would be possibly 40 years younger than the next person at these things. About tiny little groups, maybe only 2, 3, 4, 5 people at them. But to learn to meditate was really an amazing skill that I learned very early in life, and it's something that really allows me to stay focused. I truly believe it gives me the signal on the radar, and it's the only reason why my life is out. Not the only reason, but it's definitely been like my satellite or my radar in what to pay attention to, what to ignore, what to focus on, what to work on, what direction to take various different things, because there's so many opportunities, there's so many ways we can go. And for me, meditation, like meditated yesterday, it was a busy day, I was stressed, there was a lot going on. You just kick back, you're gone. It's an outer body experience is what it is. And some people, that sounds woo-woo, but an outer body experience to me is just when you shut off your 5 senses. And if you can detach from your 5 senses, okay, you have your ego just goes to sleep then, and you just connect to it. I won't even try and explain it now because you'll think I'm a fucking woo-woo lunatic. You've got to experience it. If you don't meditate, start meditating. I've gone to internships, workshops all over the world, read loads of books, took loads of courses, and most of all, just put the time into it. And there's a million different... I've taught people to meditate during 2020 when people needed it. They needed that stress relief. And there's so many different ways to meditate. It's just a beautiful experience and it's free. And once you meditate, you'll realize you don't need anything. You have everything that you need, and it's a beautiful thing. Anyway, just a short little message today. Hope you have a super day. Do me a favor, hit the like button, and put angry comments in if you just want me to stick to the Bitcoin content, and I will ignore them blissfully. Guys, have a super day. Dinny out.